welcome back, and it's like that. Look, we finna get back into the Obamas now. Out here in Chicago, they opening up a Obama Center. Now, one of the issues with that for me is people keep acting like it's a good thing, it's a good thing, it's a good thing, but they're not talking about the side effects of how it's really bothering the community. So I really want to take a quick dive into that, and then I'm gonna speak on this shit after or during. Y'all know how I get down.
While many South Shore residents are excited that the Library of America's first black president is located in their neighborhood, there are concerns that renewed interest will drive up costs and then drive them out of the homes where they've lived for years.
I'm actually glad it's over here in the neighborhood.
Longtime South Shore resident Deneen Ewing can't wait for the Obama Presidential Center to open its doors and become the crown jewel of the neighborhood.
That'll bring a different races in the neighborhood. We need that.
So many in this community have embraced the city's native son, the nation's 44th president, Barack Obama, and the presidential library that is his legacy. But along with the immense pride, there's worry that the South Side community could stop being affordable because of the rapid gentrification linked to the presidential center.
I love South Shore. I love being so close to the lake.
Carissa Franklin moved to her apartment because she loves the neighborhood, and as a bonus, the 2-bedroom unit she rents for around $1,200 a month was affordable. But now the 32-year-old fears she may not be able to stay. She says her landlords raised her rent $200 in the last 2 years, citing increased property values driving up rental costs.
If the prices in the entire neighborhood is looking like this, I won't be able to stay in South Shore.
Despite efforts to create safeguards against displacement of the area's long-term, mostly low-income black residents.
I'm gonna stop this real quick for a second, bro. If you know anything about Chicago or the south side of Chicago, South Shore is one of the hoodest places you could kind of be at. Like, so for them to be charging $1,200 a month is crazy. $1,400 a month is crazy. Anything over like 9, 7, whatever, it's crazy. But the fact that they saying they raising up the property value is crazier, because how can you really say that when they still shooting right around the corner from this motherfucking place? How can you really say that when people still gang banging and hanging out around there? I'm not understanding where people logic be at with this shit. But I understand it's a new place. It's going to bring more attraction to the city and the area and that part of the town. But at the end of the day, that ain't a part of town where where non-local people will want to kick it at. People be thinking they want to kick it there, but they'll get their ass popped fucking around.
Some have been forced to leave the neighborhood. Community groups like Southside Together push for a community benefit agreement with the Obama Library. Executive Director Dixon Romeo says their fight was never against the Obama Center, but for affordability and stability.
It's a false choice, right? This idea that in order for neighborhoods in the city of Chicago, black neighborhoods, South Shore, Woodlawn, to meet people's material needs, that it has to be unaffordable for you to live there.
In the decades since the announcement, we've seen that housing costs have soared in the areas surrounding Jackson Park. Property values have gone up, which means property taxes have gone up, rental rates have gone up, and many buildings, rental properties have been put up for sale. And the rate of real estate speculation in the area has surged.
The Chicago City Council did pass the Jackson Park Housing Pilot Ordinance. The anti-gentrification law went into effect in April and is designed to prevent displacement of Southside residents in the South Shore and Woodlawn areas near the library by giving tenants the right of first refusal, mandating extended lease notices, and creating affordable housing on city lots. Fifth Ward Alderman Desmond Yancey says more needs to be done to protect people living in the neighborhood.
South Shore is one of the most affordable communities in the city, yet in 2023 and 2024 led the city in evictions. So something's not making sense, right?
We reached out to the Obama.
Y'all gotta realize, bro, at the end of the day, especially when it comes to a lot of these major cities where black communities thrive or are at, or where it's a lot of violence and shit like that, you gotta realize that a lot of these times, these white folks is trying to move niggas out of these neighborhoods. And this is a real big issue that I have with this shit, because we talk about gentrification, same way they did in New York, turned Harlem into what they turned Harlem into. But the thing is this, you can clean up the streets, but it's like you can't clean up the streets for the people that actually live out there. You got to clean up the streets for motherfuckers to come in and do things that, you know what I'm saying, don't even benefit the people that live there, or that are from there, or that are raised there, or that might die there. You see what I'm saying? They making it more unaffordable for the average person who already is there purposefully because they want you to get your ass up out of there. A lot of motherfuckers is just tired of the violence, but at the end of the day, bro, we gotta stop looking at one side of the story. Start looking at both because there's a second side to the coin. And this is a prime example of niggas is running around, yay, we getting Obama Center, yay. And they sucking at Obama dick. But they not realizing what the fuck this shit come with. It comes with a lot of shit. It's gonna come with more shit. And it's really gonna come with more destruction to the community. It's gonna destroy more than it's going to actually build. And they making it seem like they giving out jobs and all this other shit. Man, fuck Barack Obama, bro. What do he even do? When was the last time Barack Obama was even in Chicago? On some just coming out to Chicago. Fuck out of here.
Presidential Center and the mayor's office to see if they're working on any way to help keep longtime residents in their homes.
I do believe that we should have stricter regulations at the state level in particular, because this is where it can happen, around rent and controlling the massive spike in rent.
I like to call our community our neighbors because I think it brings a sense of, frankly, responsibility. You know, we're having a big impact in this neighborhood.
Now, there are some protections in place, but some residents aren't convinced that's going to be enough to keep.
And fuck that big nose bitch and that bitch ass nigga Brandon Johnson, because at the end of the day, we all know the truth. They're not really doing shit to protect the community. They don't give a fuck about the community. They give a fuck about dollar signs. And I don't really want to make this about white and black. I just really want to make this about money. You got to realize when it becomes a profit to do something, people don't give a fuck who they running over. They just want that dollar. And you got to be more focused on this. Why I say voting matters. A lot of black people swear it don't. It does. It matters who you vote for. It matters what you vote for. It matters why you vote. And you really need to be looking into these things prior to all of the shit that you allow happening after the fact. Because we'll be talking about, oh, he only in there for so many years. And in so many years, he done fucked everything up to the point where we can't get nothing back. Now we wondering why we don't got power with this and we don't got power in that. Or we don't got control over this, or we don't got control over that. Or we don't see ourselves represented in the areas that we once ran. Man, listen, it's getting scary out here because I know my people not trying to do no research for real. I know my people don't give a fuck about nothing but Trump. Don't give a fuck about nothing but Trump. But it's so many bigger things going on. And there's so many things that are actually more deadly that we don't realize because we so busy thinking it's cool that this is happening, this is dope, and that the third, we're not realizing the effects and the sideline diseases that it causes amongst the community. We're not realizing what it's affecting us, in what ways it's affecting us, and how it is going to affect us at any point in time. These niggas was going to sell Delta 8 to us if it wasn't for Brandon Johnson probably denying Pritzker, which I don't know why he did it, but thank God he did, because I really thought he was going to sell niggas up the river with that shit. And that's like smoking legal K2. People got to understand these politicians do not give a fuck about you. So what you need to do is align with what your motherfucking benefits and needs and necessities in this life are. So when you see a politician talking what you need them to talk, do your research on what they're doing and what they have done in the past. Do your research on the things that they saying they're going to do. See if it's possible for them to do it. See if it's a thing that's actually beneficial for them to do when it comes down to getting it done. Because you could want something and it not really benefit you. It actually set you back. So really be more sharp. And I really want to speak to the youth on this because the youth is about to be running shit. The youth is about to be voting. The youth is about to be in control of what the knowledge is. We got to know how the world is spinning. Otherwise, we going to go out of control with this motherfucker the same way they want us to, in a fucking tailspin. I don't give a fuck about Barack Obama being black. I don't really include him as being American. How the fuck are you American when your mama took you to Indonesia really from the time you was born? Your sister's Indonesian. Your stepfather's Indonesian. Nigga, I would never include you in the Chicago city, bro. I don't understand why they're making you such a monument for the city. You're not really from here. Kanye is more from here than you because he actually spent time here. He spent years here. You came out here for a short ass amount of time and you making it seem like you was really out here, but you was never really out here in these streets with the people for real. Niggas keep falling for that sob story. They can eat a dick. Because it's not going to be me. But y'all let me know what the fuck y'all think. Like I keep saying, they don't give a fuck about our community. And he's supposed to be black. But we keep voting based on skin. Fuck that. Vote based on interest, nigga. What's your interest? What do we need? What are we gonna get? Fuck some housing, Section 8. Fuck some food stamps, nigga. Let's start focusing on the real problems of the economy, or just the area and field of where we at with the city's finances, because Chicago is in so much motherfucking debt. There's no possible way for nobody to get out of it. And Brandon Johnson just adding on to it. This center just added on to it. If we're gonna be 100. But I'm out. Peace.
These niggas down to attack. Gotta know your purpose. End up on this when you get used. I was birthed from the beast of the valley. You was